This is the Geek Protagonist. Uh, Sucks because I have to re-record a bunch of videos. Yeah, that's annoying. Some of them they're gonna be old, about old subjects, and I did them. And the one headset that I used, because I did a bunch in like 2 days, just went bad, and I didn't check them right away. At first, it sounded like it was okay, but then it would start getting choppy in the middle. So I'm glad I actually rechecked them, and it was like several of them. So this is going to stink for me because I have a lot going on and time. But I felt I needed to talk about DC Future State. So this is a placeholder. It's not the woke apocalypse. Calm down. It's just a placeholder for DC Comics. They're going to do 2 months of that, and 2 months of or 2 months in like a week, and I think it's like 2 months of Endless Winter. The only issue one of the major issues I have is that they lied. This is 5G. And I'm like, why can't y'all just say this is what 5G was going to be? But it looks like they cut it down or whatever, and now they're doing it. So they broke down into three. Now, I thought they were going to do Batman, Wonder Woman, Superman, kind of cover Alien, the evolution of man, and Wonder Woman being magic and gods. I thought that would have been a great idea, but that's not how they're doing it. They're doing it as the Batman family. In this future, Gotham City is controlled by the Magistrate. The villainous regime is taking control of the city. Now under constant surveillance, all mass vigilantes have been outlawed, and Batman has been killed, but led by an all-new Batman, a new assembly of Gotham's Guardians rise to give hope to all those who lost it. So City of Bane, or Joker War, or something similar to Last Night on Earth. We've seen this before. I'm kind of over the whole Gotham being controlled by police state. And if you're trying to fix Gotham and it's working, who cares? Unless they're doing something like V for Vendetta, I don't really see the point. But all right. Oversized comics. So these are the comics that are going to probably be closer to $10. I think they're like $8.99 or something, and they're big. So what you'll get is the next Batman, written by John Ridley, Nick Darrington, and Laura Braga. I don't want this to go on too long, so I'm going to kind of fly through these, but you can look them up. I'm on DC Comics' thing. It comes with The Outsiders, Arkham Knights, Batgirls with Vita Ayala. I know Batgirls is going to have... I got to feel Arkham Knights is going to be some of the characters that are the Bat family, but I know Batgirls is supposed to be Cassandra Cain, which I love that, and Batgirl, Barbara. But I also think there's supposed to be something with Katana in this somewhere. They're pushing her a lot too. Gotham City Sirens, that might be. I'm kind of going off of DC's thing. I apologize. I'll be getting a new tablet next month, towards the end of the month. Finally. But I'm getting what I can get kind of thing. You got the Future State Dark Detective 1 through 4. That's supposed to be Bruce, but it's written by Mariko Tamaki. I think she said this is like her darkest story ever. Grifters, I guess there's more than one. Wildstorm's coming back. I guess that relaunch did not go over well. Red Hood by Joshua Williamson. All right, I like that. And Giannis Emilio Giannis. I don't know who that is, but Joshua Williamson I think is actually a pretty good writer. Monthly series, Future State, Batman, Superman. That's going to be with the new Luke and I think Jonathan. Future State, Catwoman. Supposed to be like some kind of story where she's going around and I think Robin, but more of like a Robin Hood kind of thing. I think. Please, sorry if I'm wrong. I'm doing this kind of partially off of memory too, because these don't really go into detail. Future State, Harley Quinn, which is supposed to be something about Harley Quinn is more dangerous than the Joker. She's supposed to be like some kind of weapon, and that I guess the Magistrate is using her. A lot of people think it's Punchline, because they also showed Harley in jail. I think they just use her as a weapon. Future State, Robin Eternal. A lot of people say that that's Tim Drake. It's supposed to be, and I know they preface that with like robots fighting and stuff. That one actually sounds kind of interesting. Then you got the Superman family. Due to his involvement in an international crisis happening in the near future, Clark Kent has been rejected by Earth, causing him to focus on his life-saving efforts outside of the adopted home. He travels the war world to rise through the ranks, gladiatorial combat, in order to defeat Mongol with the help of some unlikely heroes. Back in Metropolis, Clark's son John has taken up the mantle of Superman after seeing the horrors of the befell Gotham. He bottles Metropolis in order to keep it safe, putting him at odds with Supergirl. Connecting the oversized Future State Superman title, Shiloh Norman, the man known as Mr. Miracle, finds himself caught between the city he grew up in and the battle-torn planet that could be his downfall. Meanwhile, in the Amazon rainforest, Yara Flor, which is funny because everyone was saying woke, 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 woke until they saw she was pretty. Then all of a sudden they calmed down, which says a lot. I don't think it's a bad idea per se in that aspect, but has chosen to be the new Wonder Woman. Years later, the new Superman and Wonder Woman join forces. This is John and her save the cities of the new superhero team up, the likes of which the world has never seen. I've seen Superman and Wonder Woman, but okay. I guess 2 new heroes to the game for their mantles. Oversized Comics, Future State Superman of Metropolis. Superman of Metropolis is the one where John bottles the city of Metropolis and Superwoman, aka Supergirl, hates that, Kara. The Guardian, which is, from what I could tell, a black guy who's trying to find a fresh start. I feel like that's because of Supergirl. He has a villain he fights. I don't remember the name of the villain, but they're doing the same thing, fresh start. Mr. Miracle, they've been trying to push that. Future State Superman, War of the Worlds, or aka Planet Hulk. Superman, Worlds of War by Philip Kennedy and Johnson. Midnighter is going to be involved in this. I think that's pretty cool. Slowly but surely introducing Wildstorm. Black Racer is supposed to be a female, but they're not a new god. I think they're got the powers of a new god, but they're not. Mr. Miracle, which they've been really wanting to push Mr. Miracle, so I see that. Future State, Immoral Wonder Woman 1 and 2. I think she's supposed to be at like the end of time and even has to team up with Darkseid. That actually looked kind of cool, like a cool idea. Like she's a goddess and they got to fight or stop something. They're writing Nubia. She's a black woman who was Wonder Woman. A lot of people flipped out, not realizing Nubia has been around for like decades. So I think it's going to be like a Artemis Wonder Woman relationship between Nubia and Yara. Monthly miniseries and one-shots. Future State, House of L. I guess Wonder Woman is a part of Superman because they were kissed once. I don't know. Future State, Kara Zor-El, Superwoman. She's going to be protecting a place on the moon. I know she's supposed to be coming at odds with Jonathan because of the Bottled City, as well as why didn't she get the mantle. Future State Legion of Superheroes, written by Brian Michael Bendis. If you haven't been liking his run, I actually like Brian Michael Bendis as a writer. I do. Funny enough, I actually like his Young Justice. I noticed a lot of people don't, but I actually enjoyed his Young Justice, what I've seen of it so far. I only got like the first volume with the hardcover, but I don't think he's a good fit for Superman, especially after he aged up John, and I don't think he's a good fit for Legion. And I'm actually a fan of Brian Michael Bendis, but I don't think he's a good fit for those characters. Future State, Superman, Wonder Woman. Like I said, I think it's the other 2. Superman and Imperius versus Imperius Lex, which is supposed to be about Lex World or whatever, and Lexor, the planet. He's trying to get it like into the planets in Lois Lane. I don't really care. It's supposed to be a little bit more funny. But that Superman is going to be Connor because Connor is that. Future State, Wonder Woman, you know. Also, too, they're bringing in Red X, which, you know, if you watch Teen Titans, he's amazing, and we love Red X. I think it's going to be Damian. I kind of would like it to be someone we've never seen and we don't know, but it's probably going to be Damian. Since it's one of the more recent comics, Damian said he was giving out the mantle of Robin. It's probably going to be Damian. Justice League Family, a thread of great change runs through the Justice League of Heroes. The new league is built up secret identities, even from each other. I think that's awesome. I like heroes with secret identities where I'm like, why are you wearing a mask? If everyone knows who you are, why are you wearing a mask? I like the secret identities thing, actually. But an old and evolved enemy will use the secrets to try and overthrow the world. For the supernatural heroes of Justice League, dark, and the very fabric of reality has shifted and heroes are being hunted. By the way, Brainiac turns into brain cells and he can self-replicate. I actually think that's not a bad idea. And that's why Jonathan does the whole thing with Brainiac stuff. For Flash, Shazam, and the Teen Titans, it all begins when 4 riders of the Apocalypse unleash hell in the battle of the Teen Titans Academy. So it's like the Titans are trying to rebuild. They had an academy to train heroes, and it failed, pretty much. The riders of the Barry Allen is cut off from the Speed Force. Family's control at Wally West. So Wally West is a murdering evil psychopath again. Yes, he's controlled by an outside force. I'm done with that. That's trash. If you mess with Dick Grayson or Wally West, I don't care how good of a writer the writer did a story. I don't care if it's one of the greatest stories ever told. It's garbage. I'm done. We just got Wally back, and in Metal, he became like the main Flash hero thing. I'm like, there's a fan base for Wally West, a big fan base who grew up with Wally West. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. When you do that, that's garbage. So that story is a bad story. You know what it is? It's hot garbage. I'm already putting it as a prediction. Oh, I don't care if the story's good. It's garbage. Well, I'm done. I'm over Wally and Dick getting any type of bad treatment. Wally being a murdering crazy person, done. Don't care. It's trash. Scrap it. Billy Batson makes a deal with the devil that will change his end forever. I think he's supposed to be using different gods. Off-world, John Stewart and the remaining Green Lanterns are stranded in the shadow of the dead power battery. Jackson Hyde and Andy Corey. Oh, we've seen this story before. I think Jessica is stuck somewhere else. Guy Gardner's opening the Warriors bar. I like Guy Gardner. I'm one of the very few people that actually enjoyed Guy Gardner Warrior. I know. People will probably look at me like I'm psychotic, but I kind of liked it. I just enjoyed it and the whole Native American thing. I thought it was cool. But that's just me personally. But we've seen the story. Wow, the power battery's out. We're stuck on a planet. And the girl that's the detective, I can't remember her name. She's now going to be the Green Lantern for Justice League. Some people say she's woke. Others say if you read the story, she's not. But I'm just like, it just feels like a character that they threw in a secret thing. Because they do have those secret lanterns. So I think people forgot about that. Jackson Hyde, a.k.a. and Andy Curry. So Andy Curry is I said Spider Aqua girl or Aqua Woman. I think that's not bad. The cute little baby of Aquaman and Mirror. I think that's pretty cool. She's adorable. We've seen Jackson, aka Calderon, aka Aqualad. We've seen him be Aquaman before. He was even in Young Justice, so not really a big of a deal. Separated across the galaxy. Jackson Hyde and Andy Curry are separated across the galaxy. I think, they're stuck on an ocean planet or ocean multiverse or something. Yeah, I think they said something about they find like this ocean multiverse. Amanda Waller executes her ultimate plan with the new but terrifyingly similar Suicide Squad on Earth 3. I don't know if she's making a good guy group to try to fix Earth 3. I guess she's going after the Injustice guy. What did they call? I forgot. Earth 3 bad guys have Ultraman and all of them. For some reason, it's escaping me what they're called. Now, this one I'm actually very interested in. At the end of time, Swamp Thing reveals its true intentions, ruling supreme until a remnant of humanity launches a rebellion, and Black Adam looks to the past as the only way to save the future of the multiverse. Oversized Comics, Future State Justice League. A lot of the new Young Leaguers are going to be in there. Justice League Dark. Don't really know who's a part of that. I didn't see much about it. Future State Green Lantern, Last Lanterns, Jeffrey Thorne, Tales of the Green Lantern Corps, Future State Suicide Squad, and Black Adam. So they're going to be like number 1, number 2. So it's going to be Suicide Squad and Black Adam, looks like in one book. Last Lanterns and Tales of the Green Lanterns, like that. The monthly series Aquaman, Future State The Flash, won't be buying that no matter what. Future State Teen Titans, Future State Shazam, Swamp Thing. So, yeah, Superman being pretty much Planet Hulk. I like the S symbol. I think the look looks cool. But, traditional heroes are older, and they're going to still have the Black Label stuff. And, I'm waiting for the next thing to go up from IGN. I remember they went into some depth. I know there's people who are like, I hate it, or just don't. My only suggestion is don't write it off immediately. Look into the titles a little, like the Wonder Woman one where she's at the end of the time thing. I think that sounds interesting. Swamp Thing definitely looks interesting. Where he's kind of a villain. Yeah, IGN had a little bit of a breakdown on some of these. But yeah, apparently Batman is going to be more of like a super street level kind of guy. Like I said, the 3 pillars. There's going to be 2 Supermen basically. With Future State. I already talked about that. Just trying to get to some of this. Yeah, Exile from Earth. So apparently, Lois is going to represent Earth and the planets and stop Lex, but Superman left his son in charge. And apparently, Superwoman, Kara, has an issue not only with him bottling the city like he did with Kandor to protect it, but also questioning why did Superman leave him in charge and give him the cape instead of her? Which is a great question because she's very experienced as a superhero. Also, at the same time, why does Superman have to give you that legacy? That's a question. The biggest selling point of Future State may be promised Jonathan Kent, taking a mantle like he did in Deceased. Trying to see if I missed anything I could think of. Yeah, so they were talking about it. I don't like the fact that they don't just say it's the 5G and the end result combination of the ideas of 5G, but they're probably trying to do it to save face because it was not taken that well. The new Wonder Woman, she's a human. From what I understand, she's a human trying to be a goddess versus a goddess trying to be a human, like the old days of Wonder Woman. Yara is very new. Does so. DC fans can expect multiple incarnations of Wonder Woman, Brazilian Yara Floor. Nubia is an older character. She's been around, so whatever. We will eventually discover that there are connections to the other tribes of the Amazons because they're going to have tribes of Amazons now, apparently. Just like the comic Trial of the Amazons or Labors of the Amazons. I have the book. They added other gods. The Amazons are more than Greek in DC now, but they're mostly Greek belief system. As part of it, we'll discover her origins and what activates her position, what makes her Wonder Woman at this time. She's from Brazil, but was an immigrant to America. She also has an element of her story, even though we see her currently active as Wonder Woman. Eventually, we'll learn what her origins is, partially her figuring out what that means, where she's from, why this is her, where she relates, Diana, the whole nine. So you're gonna, as the story unfolds, you're gonna see what it is. It looks like they're gonna be focusing a lot on new gods too. In the Superman family, with Mister Miracle, the source wall is broken, and they're really going to be pushing that for DC's larger plans with after the Dark Side thing and bringing that. So I think they're going to base their space stuff around that, and I don't think that's a bad idea. So Cosmic Tribe stuff like that. Long term impact, yeah, whatever. You can go to IGN's thing and they talk about it. Here's the long term impact. They're doing what they did with Secret Wars. They're using some of these. They're going to see if any of these are hits, some of these characters, and then they're going to turn around and take the characters and move them forward. If you see stuff on the side, don't worry. I'm still organizing this piece. Got to find my other headphones, the ones that don't have a wire. I like those better because I can move around freely. Anywho, I would like to hear what everyone thinks. I don't think this is the woke apocalypse. Do I think some of these titles are a little woke? Yeah, like I feel like they just wanted to have a black Batman since they had a black Superman. Um, I just feel that way. But it doesn't feel exactly like a lot of people think it's like exactly like the all new, all different Marvel that they did, where they disrespected every character, like turning Captain America into a Nazi, killing Hulk to replace him with a diverse thing, making Thor unworthy, stuff like that, making Hawkeye seem like he was inept. So they had to have Kate take over because he just wasn't good enough as Hawkeye. Things like that that really annoyed people. I don't think we're getting the same thing with, like Captain Falcon. At the same time, I think some of this will be that way. Some of this does not feel original. I've seen this story, seen it recently, kind of thing. Some of it looks all right, like the Swamp Thing. My suggestion to anyone, if you don't care for it or the Endless Winter, which these are just placeholders, because I think this was originally supposed to go on like for 4 or 5 months. Now it's going on for 2 months and a week. These are placeholders until they restart the line. And they can say they're not trying to reboot the thing. Yes, they are. That's a reboot. They're restarting the line. I also had to admit, the Aquaman one seems kind of interesting with the multiverse of oceans or whatever. Some of them look all right. I say go through them, really read the synopsises before you write it off. I see some people are like, I'm done with DC, or this is a jumping off point, or this is it. And I'm like, it's 2 months. It's not the first time we've seen it. Marvel does it. It's just like, I mean, if you don't want to read it, don't. You still got DC Black Label. Take the time to maybe, if you haven't read Deceased, get Deceased, or try to look into some other comics. With that money, take their money somewhere else. I feel like people's knee-jerk reaction and how quickly they were a lot of people were trying to write it off, or then there's people who are like trying to accept it, like, no, this is the best thing ever, diversity. I'm like, no, be a person, go between. You might like some of it, you might not. Some of it looks interesting. Um, I even seen a couple people change their modes. Like where at first they were like, "This is the woke apocalypse. This is all garbage. DC's gonna die," and then they kind of read into the synopsis like, "Okay, a little bit of this looks good. Some of the writing teams are all right. Writing artist teams. Like, just pump your brakes. Take your emotions, hold them, and read through them. Maybe you might. Now, if you don't like any of them, that's totally fine. Actually, I don't think that's a problem. That's okay too. I'm not saying you should, but some of this is some of the characters we see them in another place, and all right. So here's how I'm going to do Future State. Am I getting a single thing? No, because some of these are $8, $9 books, 64 pages. Some are 50 pages. Some are 40 pages. Some are 12 for like $5 and up. I don't think comic books should cost $5. A $5 to $6 comic book should be, or 5 to 7, roughly 5 to 6. Honestly, 5 to 6 should be the 64 page. Comics are slowly going up. I got an Ultraman, and Marvel's been doing this thing where the number ones have cost a little more, and I was kind of pissed off because when I got the Ultraman comic, it didn't have that much comic to it, and it kind of made me angry because it was like a normal comic book, and I'm paying $6. Why? Because it's number one. So I decided that with a few of the titles that are running, I already had a conversation with my comic book guy about this. He's doing the same thing. He's like, I'm not buying as many floppies or read as many as I used to. Outside of the very specific books like Red Hood and stuff I'm really interested in, my titles are down. I think I still getting Teen Titans, and I think I don't get any of the X-Men titles anymore. Not because I think it's terrible. I have that problem that one day they're going to reveal the weird thing with Wolverine and Cyclops, and I don't like that. Um, the X titles, they've been interesting to follow. They just haven't grabbed me. I do still get some Marvel. Like I'm getting the Werewolf by Night. Um, and a couple others. So it's not like I completely abandoned floppies, but I really cut down on my floppies. All these events and stuff, I'm starting to be more about getting the trades. So like, for example, I like Donny Cates' thing, but I came in on Venom and more of a Donny Cates fan in the latter part. So I was already a few issues. It was definitely a few issues in. So when I decided to buy Venom, I'm just buying it in the trades. Same with Thor. I was going to start getting Thor because I like Donny, but I was like, Immortal Hulk happened because there was a snafu and I never got my Hulk books. But now I think I'm gonna get Immortal Hulk easier to trade on. But some people said it's slowed down. I think it's fine. I have been keeping up on it, but I want to get the physical copies. And either I'm gonna get the trades or I'm gonna get the omnibus. I don't know yet because I know there's two omnibuses right now, but they are a little expensive. It might be cheaper for me to get the trades. Sometimes I'll get the trades because it's just a little cheaper and I can kind of pace myself out with money. But yeah, so Marvel Hulk is my boy. So no matter what, I'm getting Hulk. I've been using this time to get into more either indies and crowdfundings and stuff. So I'll do some of those. I'll see what crowdfundings I may have coming up because I have them actually spread out for a while. Um, and in this way, I can share 'em. But you guys tell me what you think of this. I don't know. DC Future State, it's just 2 months, but at the same time, I do understand people's frustrations and things. I don't feel it's all woke, but I do feel there is a little woke injected into it. Some of it looks good. I'm actually very interested in the Yara thing too. I'm a little more interested in Wonder Woman than I am in a lot of the other characters. Um, and the Red X thing is really cool. It looks like there's some fan service in there, so I say give it a shot. If not, wait till Comic Storian or Comics Explained or one of the other channels that either do the motion things or talk or view about it and see what they think and see if you feel it. Like if they go through it, Comics Explained does the little cool, awesome tell a story things, and you might be like, you know what, I like this story, I'm gonna pick it up, and then pick it up. Do it that way. Like let some people that you trust see what they think about it and see if you can someone can review it with you or review the comic and see it. Maybe you might get onto it. If I do, I know they're going to probably do a trade, like they're probably going to do a Future State omnibus. If I like enough of the titles, I'll do the omnibus or I'll try to do the omnibus at some point. If I don't, I'll try to grab those few I like. Interested a little bit in Red X because it's Red X, Red Hood, course. But I'm getting the floppy, so I'll probably be getting Red Hood anyway, because Red Hood's my boy. Um, we'll see. Swamp Thing, I'm very interested. So I'm gonna see if I like most of the stories, and most of them I'm okay with. Then yeah, I'm gonna do that. The Batman stuff is kind of like with me. I'm kind of tired of seeing that story with the same character. So yeah, but like I said, if it's good enough, I'll get the big, omnibus, probably about that thick. If not, I'll at least get the trades to the ones I like. I did the same thing with the new Hero DC stuff, the Terrifics, Rampage, and Silencer. Sideways was kind of half with me. I wish they would have did a flash forward sideways crossover where he's jumping through time dimensions. I wish they would have teamed them up. I think that would have been cool. So, but you guys tell me what you think about DC Future State. Do you think it's the woke apocalypse? Are you getting any of them? Like I said, I'm going to wait for the trades probably myself. If I like enough of it, I'll just get the omnibus. Um, yeah, because I'm really starting to kind of get away from floppies because now I'm starting to follow writers more. I suggest that too. Like Jim Zub, for example, I like him as a writer. So Ed Conan's one of the titles I'm getting because he's writing it. Like, and was starting to get Champions before there was a skip with that because but I've been getting the volumes. Same reason because Jim Zub was on it. So I say start following your writers and not the characters. It may help you if you really like this writer style. That's how you go with it. Like I like Donny Cates' style, so I've been grabbing and I grabbed a couple of his independents. So that's what I'll do it. But yeah, just guys, I want to hear what you guys have to say. I don't think it's the woke apocalypse. DC will be here. I just think it's a placeholder that may not, they could do okay, may not. A lot of number ones. People usually buy number ones. So we'll see. And a lot of them are only like 1 and 2 issues. Like it's really 2 months, and it's not even a whole like lot. There's like boom, 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 done like that. So I'm half. Some of it I'm interested in. Some of it I think is totally trash. Wally West. Like the whole Flash thing, I have no care for it whatsoever. I think it's garbage. It's toilet tissue to me. So, but yeah, you guys tell me, what you think. This is the Geek Protagonist. You stay safe, you stay healthy, you stay real. I do apologize. I'm still doing a lot of new stuff. I keep saying, I have to re-record a bunch of new videos because there was a headset I used when I was recording videos and they were going bad. So there's a bunch of old ones that are going to come when I'm done recording them. So they may be about old subjects. Just bear with me and say your comments. See ya. Hey, thank you for visiting my channel. This is the Geek Protagonist. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Please, it'll really help me out in the channel if you actually share these videos, if you like what I'm doing. Please hit that bell notification. Hit it, click. This way you won't miss any of my videos. Also, there's a thing on there that says personal and all. Hit the all. This way you'll get them every time for the notifications. I'm trying to, grow, trying to do commentary about what's going on. And I want to thank you again. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay real. This is the Geek Protagonist. I'm out, and I'll see you.